Hello everyone, I hope you guys that lived in the US had a wonderful Thanksgiving and holiday and all that jazz, and for you guys that didn't have Thanksgiving last week, well, I hope you had a good week. Today I'm starting something new. Once again, I am on a new phase, I guess, where I'm starting things new to keep this channel fresh and all that jazz. I am doing a top 10 Tuesday, and I am recording this on Wednesday because I just found out about this like late last night, so I couldn't do a video. But usually I'll try to do them on Tuesdays. I will not do them every Tuesday. Well, hopefully I will. Hopefully I can do that. If not, I'll bring them to you sometime in the week and just entitle it Top 10 Tuesday. This originally started from the Broke in the Bookish, and I will leave her website below. It's a blog. And she does this every week. It's a weekly meme. And I heard of it from Elizziebooks, who did a video instead of a blog, which it's usually done on. So I thought, you know, I would follow forth with Elizziebooks and just do one. Starting today, I'm going to pick one I just randomly like, and then after that, I'm going to just go along with them. Like, I'm just going to do whatever one they're doing that current week. Today, I just thought I'd pick my own since it's my first time, so yeah. If you can't tell the title of it already, today's top 10, or Tuesday's top 10, is your top 10 favorite fictional couples in books. And of course I picked this one because I love so I had a very hard time narrowing it down, but I think I picked the best of the best in my opinion. These are solely my opinion. You may hate or love these couples for different or various reasons other than my own, which is totally cool. Whatever. But I'm just going to get to it because I don't want to talk too much. So here we go. I'm going to start with 10 and work my way up to number 1 to leave you wondering. My number 10, sadly to say, is Katniss and Peeta from the Hunger Games. The reason why they are number 10 is because I believe they are a very good couple, but I believe there's a lot of adversity to get them together. She was, you know, questioning whether she loved Gale or not. Oh, I should say this is probably spoilers, so if you really don't know much about these couples or read these books, you probably shouldn't watch this video. Sorry. Yeah, so spoiler. So, I mean, I felt like in the very first of the books, I knew Katniss liked Peeta, but I didn't think she realized yet, and I think, I don't know, I don't feel their love is as strong as a lot of the other books. But I do love them as a couple. Don't get me wrong, I love Katniss and Peeta together. I think they're wonderful. But, they're just not my all-time favorite. Sorry to say. So that was number 10. Number 9 is from a series you may or may not read, but you should read it, in my opinion. It is Lena and Kostos from the Sisters of the Traveling Pants series. Mind all these stickers on here. Sorry, I haven't taken them off yet. I really like them as a couple because I feel they're very similar. Lena is very artistic and soft and quiet, and Kostos is as well, but he brings out a side of her that, you know, makes her want to be adventurous, makes her want to speak her mind more, makes her more to be heard, like to open herself more. And I felt that in this series, their love grew even though they weren't together at times. They always were there for one another no matter what. They were always just in the back of each other's minds. Number 8 is Meghan and Ash from the Iron Face series. The reason why they're kind of in the last of the last, I want to say, is because in this book particularly, The Iron Daughter, which is the second one in the Iron Face series, I'm on number 3, The Iron Queen, I felt that their love was not very good. Like, I understood Ash and how he had to keep her away because that was the right thing to do, but I felt like Meghan was very clingy and just all dependent on him and was crying all the time, and it was just, I don't know, I understand that though because I'm a female, and so I understand females cry. I totally get that, but I felt in books that I think I like a strong female lead that loves the guy, but you know, that doesn't define her. She's gonna be herself no matter what. Sorry if I'm a bit sniffly. I'm coming over a cold. I'm sure everybody is. It's that time of year. But yeah, but that's the only reason why they're that is because of this book. And I do love this series. I'm loving The Iron Queen so far. I'm about halfway through. I can't wait to read The Iron Knight. But I do love Meghan and Ash. I feel like their love is a very strong love. Like, Ash would do anything for Meghan. And I can just sense that he has a deep, deep, deep sense of loyalty to her. And I really love that in a guy. I feel like he's a very traditional guy. He will always do what's right and all that jazz. But sorry that they're in the last, you know, whatever. It's the top 10. So, I mean, you're in the list. So you should be happy, right? It doesn't matter where you're at. You're just in the list. Because there's tons of books to choose from. But I do love them together. I think they're super sweet. I love Smash. I think he's gorgeous and beautiful and just a very manly man. Number 7, I'm going to continue with just series. I wanted to do some standalone books as well. I only actually think I have one standalone book. Yeah. Well, whatever. I just want to throw a standalone book in there because I do love this couple very, very much. And so at number 7 comes Bianca and Wes from Duff, the Designated Ugly Fat Friend. The reason why I love Bianca and Wes so much is because I love when people start out as enemies and then they grow into just loving each other. It's very just weird how that comes about. Because in this book, Bianca hates Wes with a passion. She thinks he's disgusting, a man whore, all that jazz, and yet she finds herself being with him and starting to see a side of him that no one else really sees. And, you know, and she starts opening up to him, and it's just like a beautiful love, I think, that when you can find. It just shows that you find love in the least likely of places. Like, who would ever thought she would have fallen in love with the guy she hated the most? Not me, but I love this. I think they're both very sarcastic and witty together, and I love that in a couple. Number 6 is Bella and Conrad from the Summer I Turned Pretty series. And the reason why I picked them is because I felt like Bella and Conrad have gone through a lot to get to be with each other. They have always loved each other from the sidelines. They've always, I think, wanted to be together, but there have been times when they just really couldn't, you know. She was just, I guess, kind of young, and he didn't know what he was doing with his life. You know, his mom died. He was facing that. So I was very troubled. And then, when, you know, spoiler again, when they finally, you know, get together, it's like everything felt right. Like, you know, like they were supposed to be together all along. And there's that kind of love that just is beautiful, I think, when you grow and you know you're supposed to be with them. But sometimes you don't think it's going to happen, but it didn't happen. So it's very, I love that. Okay, we're getting into the top 5. What do you guys guess is going to be here? Probably everybody's top 5. Number 5, yes, I did put them in my top 10 because I do love them despite of all that I have said about the movies and all that jazz. I put Bella and Edward into it from the Twilight series. And I do love them as a couple, I really do. I love that Edward is a very traditional guy. I married myself a traditional guy. They're just very much more gentlemanly. They always do the right thing. They always have your back. And I feel like Edward's that perfect type of guy. Like, he is just Mr. Right, if I could say. He will always be the one that opens her car door for her. Always be there to protect Bella. And, you know, I feel like their love is... I don't know. I feel like I love Edward's side of love more than Bella's because, once again, kind of I'm bringing up the clingy thing. I think Bella is clingy on Edward, you know. She relies too much on him, but that, you know, that's just me, what I think. But I do love them as a couple. They're beautiful together. And he's so, I love the way they describe him in the books, the way he looks, the way he acts. It's just beautiful all over. So I do love some Bella and Edward. I always have. I've always been a Bella and Edward shipper. Never a Bella and Jacob shipper, ever. Always Edward for me. Number 4 is Tris and Four from Divergent. Now this is a series, but this is the first one in the series, and the second one is yet to come out. I don't even know when it's going to come out, but please come out soon. I love this couple because as soon as I read them both in a similar, like when they first met each other, I knew there was instant connection. They are both very strong, and I love that. They both know what they want, and they know who they are. They won't take no for an answer. They just know it. And they're both very strong-willed. And I feel like just because of that, their love is very strong. They protect each other. They are there for each other. And you could tell, like, and this is the first book, that they're going to face a ton of adversity later. You can tell that right now. But I think that their love will sustain. Usually in second or so-and-so books, I feel like the author always breaks them up just to see how it will be. I mean, that's been true in Twilight, the Mortal Instruments series, you know, the Iron Fey series. They always break them up kind of in the second book, I think, to like test them and see how it will be. But let's face it, we all know they're going to get back together because they're meant for each other. And I feel like that Tris and Four are just going to, I hope, will break that second book flump thing and be together because they are just beautiful together. I really, really do like this couple a lot. Number 3, since I just talked about it, it is Clary and Jace from the Mortal Instruments series. I love Clary and Jace because I felt they had a very, very hard time finally finding love with each other. They are the one couple I feel like faced the most adversity, if you would say, because there was that whole brother-sister thing, which would really freak me out. But, you know, they, like, went through that. They have a ton of stuff going on, but they're both very strong. It's got a very intense love, too. Jace is a very, very rugged man, if I could say. Rugged, strong, what's the word I'm looking for? He has a hard shell, and I feel like Jace he's cracked open his shell, but he's not quite there yet, because I feel like there's more to go with him, and so I hope the, what's her name? Cassandra Clare will delve further into that, because I feel like Clary brings a lighter side to him through Jace's dark side. Does that make sense? But I do love them as a couple. They're both fiery and just, I feel like they're very intense, and I love that. So if you guys have seen my other video, Let's Talk, you know how much I love this couple. I love them so, so dearly. And of course, that is Sam and Grace. I love this couple so very much. I'm really surprised they didn't take number 1, to be honest with you, because their love is so beautiful. It's the most purest of love I've ever read in a while. They understand each other. They bring out the best in each other. I feel like this love has no give or take. They both give to each other. But they just have a beautiful, beautiful love. And so number 1 should come to no surprise for any of you. You all know how much of a Ron and Hermione shipper I am. Sorry, I'm going to be one of those girls up with Harry Potter number 1 always. Yes, I will be that girl. Sorry, that's just how I honestly feel. I started reading these books when I was 12 years old. I'm not gonna stop. The reason why, sorry, I'm putting this book down, it's quite heavy. The reason why Ron and Hermione are number 1, because I felt that this series had 7 books. That's quite a lot. I felt like J.K. Rowling built it up beautifully. Ron and Hermione started out as best friends, and I think that's the perfect way to start out when you love somebody, is friends first. Not necessarily best friends, but friends. I feel like that's just a great thing to do. Because you want to see both sides of the relationship, like, you know, how their friends are and then how they love each other. And J.K. Rowling didn't bring us, Ron and Hermione, together till the 7th book, but you could tell things were being very built up from the 4th book on. I knew right then and there that they were going to be together, and it was just only a matter of time. But I really love that she built it up to be friends and suggested little hints. I feel like Ron and Hermione very strong love. They're both very caring. They will both always look out for the other one. Like, Hermione would do anything for Ron, and Ron would do anything for Hermione. But that doesn't stop them from fighting. Like, not fighting like as bickering, but fighting as, like, you know, he's not going to stop her from helping them save the world. He never does that. You know, because they need her. And I really love that he doesn't try to, like, he protects her, but he knows that she can hold her own because she's a strong woman. And, you know, I love that about Hermione. Hermione is probably my favorite character of all time because Hermione knows what she wants and she knows who she is, and nobody's going to change that about her. No one is. Not even Ron. She's not going to fall and be a girly girl because that's what he goes for. She's not going to do that because she knows who she is. And I feel like that love is just so beautiful because that's exactly what love is. You should love somebody for exactly who they are. You don't need to change them at all because that's who they are and they're not going to change. So I feel like Ron and Hermione are just that perfect for each other, and it's just so, I love how he's so funny and she's so smart, but when they're together it's like they just meld so perfectly together. So yeah, that was my top 10. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to do this, feel free. Let's get everybody starting to do it. I will leave the link below, and they have a long list of top 10s they've done. Start out with any of them, whatever. Leave us video response, comment, all that jazz. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you now every week doing a top 10. I hope you all have a great and lovely weekend. Bye.